How much you charge for that? Well, they send you the sneakers and I charge them $400. I stay busy with everything.
So we got to work together to make it great. So I got to listen. It is go time. I hope it's go time for you too. Membership for something to get in there.
Yeah, you have to.
This channel. Welcome, everybody. This is your girl, Vette Green, and we are live here with the 3 p.m. show of the Vette Green Show. Have a lot to talk about, y'all. I am over here on TikTok as well. We have a lot to talk about. Summer Free, Herman, Sharon, thank you so much for the follow, everybody. We are trying to get to 500 by my birthday this Saturday, January 18th. So if you all can do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I love that you all are following me over here on TikTok. And if you are following us on Facebook, thank you so much. But what I really want you all to do me a huge favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marianne. I love how you spell that, Marianne. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We are trying to grow and glow in these 2025 streets, Lola. We are trying to glow and grow Osmania, Marianne, LG in these 2025 streets. And in order to do that, y'all, we have to be supportive of each other. And this is a very free way to support us, to support me, to support the channel, is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Because, y'all, I have plans, okay? I have some plans. Hey, Audacity, I sent you a message, love. Hey. Yes, we have Audacity over here. Make sure you pick up Audacity is the Plug's book. Make sure you pick. Thank you. I'll look at it as soon as I get off of here. Make sure you pick up the book. We are going to have, listen, first page kept going. Second page, you ever get one of those books? You ever pick up one of those books, y'all, and you just can't put it down? That's how I was when I picked up the book. Audacity. Listen, I had the audacity to think that I can change my life circumstances. Yes, I did. I had the audacity to think, okay, that I can change my life circumstances. And so did she. She started in Chicago, okay? And we are going to get down into that book. Y'all, again, this is going to be the 3 p.m. show for tomorrow. So if you are watching this, then you already know that I had the interview with the Queen Solar. Everybody, yes, Tuesday the 14th, that video, 7 p.m. live, 7 p.m. Y'all, and I know I am recording this for tomorrow's show, but I just want y'all over here on TikTok to know you need to be tuned into Green Links tonight. I am going to be speaking with the Queen Solar. This queen, the very first time that I saw her speaking about her life, it just floored me. So make sure you tune in 7 p.m. tonight. Every Tuesday, you all, it is going to be Transparency Tuesday on the Vette Green Show. Transparency Tuesday. So what I am looking for are those people, those individuals who are willing to talk about overcoming in the challenges that they had and what they have done to change their life circumstances. Okay. Transparency Tuesday. So moving on, y'all. I did not know that these LA wildfires, there's like a whole conspiracy thing going on. Have you all heard of this Smart City LA? I know I hadn't heard of it until today. So what I want to do is play a video, everybody. But first, I do want to say this. You know, as with anything, there's always going to be some sort of conspiracy or naysayers. At the end of the day, there are people who have lost their lives because of these fires. Now, again, just like what happened with 9/11, we don't know what's going to happen, what if the truth is going to come out. But we do know that there are real people who lost real homes, who lost real lives. That we do know. People are now displaced. I don't care how much money they have, people are now displaced. That is a fact. That is a fact. So part of this conspiracy theory that is going on is that the government did this, and it's because they want to make LA a smart city by 2028. It's a whole bunch going on. So I was digging into this story, Tammy, just to try and figure out, well, what is going on with this, and what is this smart city? And yeah, you really can. You can do an internet search of Smart City LA, and you will pull up some information. So what I want to do first is pull up the video that Eddie Griffin has. He's talking about it in this video. So what share my screen over here. So hang on, y'all. And this is brought to you by Art of Dialogue. Y'all, do y'all watch that podcast? That's one of my favorite shows. I know some of the stuff that they have on there can be a little bit, but for the most part, I like it. So let me go ahead and share my screen, y'all. No, first I want to do this. I'm going to get here and play this. I'm gonna have to do it this way, y'all. I'm not good with this type of technology, so I have to do it this way.
Hello and welcome to another installment of NNN, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Let's get right to it. LA is on fire. A lot of people saying it's to cover up the pedophile trail, and all of a sudden the water ain't working. And hold on, 60% of the water rights is owned by this fucking couple. What's their name? Yeah, the wonderful company is owned by this husband and wife team. They own pistachio, they own Fiji water. I stopped drinking any of that around the motherfucking globe. Let them motherfuckers go broke, feeding the pistachios and almonds, all that goddamn water. Meanwhile, people's houses burning down, dying of thirst and shit. All these sons of bitches. And the regulators who allowed them motherfuckers to own 60% of the goddamn water. Fire them motherfuckers too, goddamn it. What the fuck is y'all problem? That is public water. We built the dam that's holding that water and all that shit with taxpayers' dollars. How the fuck y'all gonna sign it over to this goddamn couple? Sons of bitches. Let's pray for the motherfuckers out there that houses is burning down and shit, unless they pedophiles. If they pedophiles, let that shit burn. Cause I know what you're doing. You're burning the evidence up, sons of bitches, but we still gonna catch it. And let somebody do some research. In the rich neighborhoods, who had already left their house and knew that the fire was coming? We'll be right back after this commercial break. Leave it in the comments.
Young, listen. Let me pull this up. I had to take that off because sometimes if you use different material, they may copyright strike you down. Hey, Jazzy Brown Eyes. Hey, user 5813. Hey, let's talk real talk. What are your thoughts on what Eddie Griffin had to say? Is this a conspiracy because of what has been going on in the news? We know what's been going on in the news, and we've known for years, heard about for years what has been going on in Hollywood, everybody. So my question to all of you, do you think there's something to this conspiracy theory? Do you think that these wildfires that's going on can be a mixture of arson as well as a natural disaster, Bali? Do you think that's what's going on, Jill? I mean, if we are thinking with our third eye and thinking, outside of the box, it's possible. It is definitely possible. People have done the most heinous things to cover up the treachery of what they've done. The most heinous crimes. So are we to believe that this is impossible? I would say that it is very, very possible. Nadia, I would say that it is very, very possible. But are we going to act like this is not going on? I don't know, the Sullivan. I think that it is definitely possible. These wildfires have taken countless. I'm going to expand it to the livelihood, because imagine you had a home. And I know some of you probably are out there thinking, well, there's rich people out there living out there. Yeah, but at the end of the day, this is something that you invested in, whether this is your first home, second home. And this is just me expanding my mind a little bit on this and not thinking with my lack mind. You know what I mean? I feel bad also for those people who are affected who do not have the means to rebuild, who may not have been able to afford the insurance, because the insurance costs are ridiculous. California is one of those states that their insurance department, y'all, listen, some states in this US, they are more strict than others, and they require additional things than the other states. That's why you'll see, or maybe you have not noticed, that you'll have an insurance company in one state, but then in New York State, they have to form an entirely different insurance company. It's the same insurance company, the parent company, but they have to form a different insurance company. That's because of the laws and regulations, everybody. That's what that's all about. It's not, oh, they have all that money, or it's because of the laws and regulations. In California, I know, is one of those states. They may not have to form a separate insurance company, but I do know that is one of those states they have stricter laws. Georgia is another one. New York, most definitely, Coco. A lot of insurance companies, you may notice, they have a separate insurance company for New York State. So if this conspiracy, everybody, is true, some of these things that we hear, even talking about 9/11. Talking about 9/11, when 9/11 happened, I'll never forget that. My kids were still young. I was at that time, I was working in one of the largest high rises here in upstate New York. And because of that, they did not know if the target were all the high rises in the states. They didn't know what was going on. So I literally could not go to work for about a week. On top of that, we also had employees that were in the World Trade Center. After the dust settled, and we stayed up for days watching the news, because prior to Pearl Harbor, nothing in my lifetime, in my mom's lifetime, had ever happened like that, where we were affected here on American soil. So we did not know what to think. We did not know if the troops were coming. We did not know what was going on. Then you fast forward, right? Company pulled out of, hey, Betty Boop, some insurance company pulled out of, exactly. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about that as well, Betty Boop, because listen, y'all, I got sent the story, and I can't remember if I played it on a show, but I'll bring it up again, where back in July, some insurance companies, and they keep talking about State Farm. They keep talking about State Farm as one of those insurance companies that pulled out. But going back to what was going on in 9/11, fast forward, some of the conspiracy theories that we hear now surrounding those happenings is really mind-boggling, because of the destruction, because of the casualties, because of the amount of families that were affected, our loved ones. I know I have loved ones that were one of the first responders up at the towers at the World Trade Center. And because of that, they didn't have the correct ventilation, everybody. I don't know if you all are old enough to remember, but a lot of those first responders, they didn't have the right equipment. It was like, get up there because we need help. This is a catastrophe that's going on, which I'm sure is probably going to happen with what's going on in California, because a lot of times we are very, very reactive. We are very, very reactive. A lot of times we have these disaster recovery plans. You may work for a company that has a disaster recovery plan, but until a disaster actually happens, you won't fully know how to recover. You won't fully know how to recover. But going back to what Betty Boop said, oh, I'm so sorry. Betty Boop said her brother worked for Ion. Oh God. Yeah, that right there it changed the way the world did business. Just like COVID changed the way the world did business, 9/11 changed the way the US did business. We went from having pensions at jobs to, if you do have a pension, oh, you are blessed. We went from you being able to walk into the airport, walk your loved ones to the gate and all of that to, we are going to stop and frisk you right here. Prior to 9/11, none of that was there. Oh, thank God for that, Betty Boop. I was sitting here worried about that. I was sitting here worried about that. But it changed everything, right, Betty Boop? It changed the way we did business here in the States. What's going to happen with this insurance? And I talked about it when I first heard about the fires, just like I talked about insurance when we first were reporting about the Kia robberies, the vehicles. You all, at the end of the day, insurance companies are in the business to make money. Yes, they do provide insurance in case. Oh, good for you, Betty Boop. Yes, they do provide insurance in case, but at the end of the day, every time you pay your premium, a portion of that premium is getting invested into something else so that they can make money on that money. Because just like you want to make money, just like you go to the bank and you put your money in a checking account, which is not earning any interest, but you put your money in a money market, which is earning a higher interest. That's the same thing that insurance companies do. They're putting your money into other investment vehicles. They're in the business to make money, not lose out on money. So what's going on right now in California is that a lot of these insurance companies, they're like, we can't afford to stay relevant. We can't afford to stay in cities like California, in states like California, in New York. It's too costly. It's too costly because you have fires going on. We can't afford to be in Florida because then we have to pay out because of the floods and the tornadoes and the hurricanes that's going on down south. And the reality, everybody, is that at the end of the day, it is going to be the consumer. It is going to be us who has to ultimately pay the price for all of these things going on. And on top of that, many of us do not have the financial security that we once had. Many of us are finding that the jobs that was once there, Larry Thomas, Betty Boop, right? Oh Lord, Betty Boop had said she has family all over California. The reality is, everybody, that everybody's going to be affected by this. What I'll say is what we'll probably see within the next, I say 12 to 24 months, probably 12 to 18 months, is that we're going to see insurance, property and casualty insurance creep up because it's happening in California, but we're all going to feel the brunt of it. We're all going to feel, hey, it's Unique, grandest love. We're all going to feel that pain from what's going on. And Unique, were anyone in your family affected? Because I know you were over in California for a while. We're going to feel it, everybody. We're going to feel it. So moving on, I want to ask you all. So I am a spiritual person. LaShawn Hall, I am a spiritual person. I believe in the Most High. I was taught to call the Most High God. I was raised as a Baptist. I have been baptized, but I do not believe in placing the Most High God. Oh, thank God for that, Unique. She said her mom's doing well. Thank God for that. I do not believe in placing the Most High in a box. I don't put myself out there as religious because I know with the religious title, people think that you have to be a particular way. And listen, y'all, I have to be me because for most of my life, going on 49 years, if the Lord says the same, okay, most of my life, Unique, I did not allow myself to just be. And I did not know that I could form a relationship with the Most High. And the Most High did not care, y'all. Like this is the craziness that I did not realize, that the Most High don't care who I'm loving on. The Most High don't care what color I am. The Most High don't care about any of that stuff. What the Most High that I believe in cares about is my heart posture. So I want to play a video because Kirk Franklin, he's on here saying that one of the challenges, or one of the things that bothers him, is that he can't be himself. Now, I talked about, and I think it was yesterday, it may have been, or last week, y'all. These videos are running into each other. I talked about the video of Kirk Franklin. He was out in Jamaica and he was dancing. He was on stage, y'all. He was out in Jamaica. Have you ever been to Jamaica? These are probably triple temperature, humidity. He had on some gray shorts and a shirt, y'all, one of them t-shirts without the sleeves, sleeveless t-shirts, dancing on stage, doing the Kirk Franklin. He's dead. I mean, sometimes when I get to listening to music, it vibes me. It's not that I'm being provocative or anything. It's just that it's vibing you. And that's what it looked like he was doing. Like he was caught in the vibe. But because he's Kirk Franklin, a lot of people, or some people, I should say, has something to say about that, right? Betty Boop, people had something to say about that. Unique said, the best thing about our relationship with God is that everyone's journey and walk with God is unique. It is so unique. It is so unique. And I wish that more people realize that. I hate that we are so quick to box the Most High up. You know, like if God made me and God made you, then doesn't that mean God is so awesome and unique that why would we limit that power to just one thing, to one kind of person, to one kind of love, to one kind of identity? Why would we limit God to that? I never understood that as I began to expand my mind. Even as a child, I remember asking questions, and at that time I was told, well, you aren't supposed to question God, right? You aren't supposed to question certain things. But the reality is that the questions weren't being asked because we were programmed not to question, because the programming forced us to believe a certain thing. And that's why there's so much division in this world right now, y'all, because we have been programmed to believe one thing, that there only can be one type of God, that there can only be one type of religion. If you sit them all down, everybody, to me it seems like we're all saying the same thing. Now how you get there is how you get there, but it still seems like it's pointing to the same entity to me as far as God. So let me get back into my Instagram page so I can share my screen. I have so many screens up, y'all, but I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself because I do have these screens up, Betty Boop. That's right. Don't judge. And God bless your mom. You said she will be 93. That right there is a blessing. Is a blessing. So let me get into this video. And Kirk Franklin, listen, you are a goat out here in these streets, okay? You don't have to keep apologizing. You don't have to be anything other than what the Most High is telling you that you are supposed to be. That is it. That's it. Where is my video at, y'all? See, this is one of the things that I be hating. Oh, I wrote it down. Oh, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. See, I love that, Lydia. I wrote it down. Let me get in here. All right. Where is it? So you know what, y'all? The other thing I wanted to talk about while I'm doing that, and I got so many videos on here. Did y'all know, if you are in Texas, did you know if you are in Texas, listen, y'all, if you are in Texas, beware. Don't be going through your partner's phone. Do not be going through your partner's phone if you are in Texas, because you may end up in jail. Let me tell y'all again, you may end up in jail. So let me share my screen, and we're going to get into that story while I pull up the one about Kirk Franklin. Y'all, Don't be in Texas, Jazzy Brown, looking through your partner's phone because you might end up in jail.
It is now illegal to go through your husband's phone. And this is for every ear that can hear me. This is not just a Texas issue. This is also a federal crime. The Federal Wiretap Act states it is unlawful to intercept any wire, oral, or electronic communication. It is also unlawful to disclose the contents of the wire, oral, or electronic communication.
Now, y'all, you know I had to look this Texas wiretap law up. You know I had to, in the very first sentence that came up is what is considered wiretapping in Texas: intercepting or recording any wire, oral, or electronic communication without consent. So that means you can't hold that phone over your partner's eyes and hold their eyes so the phone a ding open and you think it's gonna be all right. Hey, anonymous, and you think it's gonna be okay for you to channel surf through their phone messages. Illegal, y'all. Illegal. It says, let me read it again. Intercepting or recording any wire, oral, or electronic communication without consent. Y'all, listen. Y'all, let me get back to it.
Communication. Y'all know what's considered electronic communication? Text messages, emails, DMs. I was in court waiting on my turn, watching another hearing before.
Listen, y'all, did y'all hear what she said? Even those DMs, you can't be all up in people's business and think that they can't take you to court. You can't be all up in people's business like that. I don't care if that is your partner. It does not matter. It does not matter.
For me, it was a divorce case and the wife was on the stand talking about adultery. Her attorney then started the process of admitting text messages into evidence that showed the husband was talking to this woman and it was very inappropriate. The text messages 100% proved husband was cheating. There was photos, there was conversations about the other night. All of a sudden, husband lawyer jumps up and says, Your Honor, I think you need to admonish the witness about her Fifth Amendment right to self-incrimination because she's about to tell on herself and admit to a crime. The judge then proceeds to tell her that how she came about getting those text messages out of her husband's phone is potentially a violation of the Texas Wiretap Act and the Federal Wiretap Act. He looks up at her lawyer and says, Counsel, the fact that you're in possession of unlawful potential wiretap material incriminates you as well. The judge did a quick recess so everyone could go consult with criminal law attorneys. Coming in at number one, and ladies, this hurts my heart to deliver this news. It is.
Yeah. Listen, don't do it. Don't do it, Roberta. Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. Don't go through those phones. Don't go through those phones. Don't go through those phones. So I found let me get in here. I had to go to I wanted to find the video and I found it. Hopefully it'll pick up here. Yeah. It hurts me when people feel as though they can't be themselves because of other people. Okay, so let me get over here. I'm really over here working all these screens, y'all. Y'all would be very, very proud of me. Okay.
People really, really, really don't believe that my heart for the Lord is sincere. That's the one that breaks me.
Yeah.
Like, like when people don't really think that it's like I ride or die with Jesus just because I don't necessarily fit, maybe because I play too much, I joke too much, I have fun too much. People really, really, really don't believe that my heart for the Lord is sincere.
So let's talk about it, Lisa Baker. I think many of us, and depending on your age and how you were raised and, you know, a number of factors, we tend to, again, box God up, box religion up, box people, believers, faith-based people up, and think that they should look and talk and be a particular type of way. And, you know, for the longest time, I was that way. I remember the first time I heard Christian gospel, I was taken aback. I was just I felt uncomfortable listening to the music in the upbeat tempo. I felt uncomfortable because it was not something that I was used to. But then again, what happens when you begin to open up your possibilities and expand your way of thinking, then you'll see what I found, at least, is that God, in my eyes, the Most High, if what they say is true, it is really about what the words, the feeling that I get out of it, right? I don't think that because I am dressed a certain type of way that should be taken away from me. I don't think just because I wear my hair or sound a particular type of way that should be taken away from me. What we have been taught all in a day, what we have been taught, everyone, is that it has to look a particular way, it has to sound a particular way, it has to be a particular type of way. And again, I feel that is what has caused so much of the division. That is why so many people are out here hurting. That is why this AI technology is out here winning, y'all, because us humans can't get it together. And the powers that be know this, okay? I'm going to keep harping about it because I need y'all to recognize what is going on. They know this, and it is up to us that's in this matrix and realize we really are in the matrix to do something about it. Yeah, it is up to us to do something about it. No more divide. Kirk Franklin, you are okay in my book. Okay. I relish in people who shows their individuality, people who show that they are not the same. You know, I love Bishop T.D. Jakes. I listen to him often when I need to motivate myself. I feel like he is definitely a spiritual counselor for many people, especially us young women coming up who may not have had fathers in the household. I believe that. But I also like the pastor who's skating who's skating around with his wife. He's delivering a message too. I think that he's going to reach different people. That's what I believe in my heart. That's why we are all so individual, because we are purposed to bring people in our own space, in our space, whatever space you are supposed to be the king or queen or whatever over, that is what you are supposed to be focusing on. Not what I'm wearing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't in your business. So what you focused on what I'm wearing for? What does that even have to do with me loving the Most High? Honoring that the Most High is why I'm here. It has nothing to do with the other. So can we stop? Can we stop, Kirk Franklin? It hasn't even gotten into the month isn't even over yet, and y'all got this man feeling miserable. It seems like, Kirk Franklin, you are okay. You are okay in my book. You are okay in my book. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. He's okay in my book, y'all. So we are going to take a quick break. I wanted to show y'all this video really quickly. I thought this was just too funny. Everybody, let me just make sure that I have it here. I thought this was too funny. On top of that, so I found this video while I was just looking at what I wanted to talk to today, and I'm like, oh, I know these people. This is too funny. So let me share I'm going to share my screen, everybody. Let me remove myself.
What? Lift these up. What?
You play too much. You always play what?
The pizza. Oh, I'm pretty strong.
What, I gotta hold this?
Uh-huh. All right, you strong? Okay.
Really nice. Ariana.
Hey, Dad.
What would you?
Second after second pass, minute after minute, damn. Hours after hours traps my mind day after day. I don't know why your mind just wanders when you feel like you can't hold any longer. I feel your heartbeat so much stronger every time I walk away. Can you clear the air? Can you? To me it's so unfair. Say you're here to stay. Yeah. Look inside your heart, can you? Can this be our new start? Please don't walk away. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Do you remember promises were made to me? Do you remember saying you'll give anything? Well, baby, first gotta protect my peace from all of these feelings. No, why your mind just wanders when you feel like you can't hold any longer. I feel your heartbeat so much stronger every time I walk away. Hey, can you clear the air? Can you? To me it's so unfair. No, say you're here to stay. Yeah. Look inside your heart. Can this be a new start? No. Please don't walk away. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Look inside your heart, can you? Is this a brand new start? Ready? Please don't walk away. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay. Say we'll be okay.
I'm on mute over here, y'all. I love that song. Congratulations to Jazzy on your signing deal. I cannot wait to have you on the show coming in February, everybody. Big shout out to Jazzy. She has a very beautiful voice. She is beautiful on the inside and out, and it illuminates everybody. So big shout out to Jazzy. Moving on, everybody. What is going on in the world? Do y'all think the Buffalo Bills is going to the Super Bowl? It is definitely a potential. It is definitely a potential. I think we may get there, y'all. I think we may get there, but we won't get there if people keep acting a fool out at these games, y'all. We will not get there if people keep acting the fool out at these games. So at the past Bills game, a Buffalo man was arrested. And let me pull up this article also. Well, basically, he was a 37-year-old. The deputy stopped him. He tried to, it's not funny, but it's funny. Like, where did you think you were going? You are at a Bills game. If you've ever been out to Highmark Stadium, the traffic is ridiculous. Where did he think he was going to go? He ended up hitting the deputy. So now you got even more charges, sir. Oh, goodness. Some of the craziness. I remember when I was in Chicago, I'm in a meeting, and they're like, yeah, well, when you are working with corporations on Fridays, a lot of times you can wear whatever team you support. So of course I'm going to put my Buffalo Bills on. And I had not seen this video yet. So we're in this meeting in the conference room, and they're like, yeah, how about those Bills? And I didn't know y'all like throwing people through tables. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Pulls up this YouTube video. Why this man in the middle of the winter going through a table? Y'all, it gets real out at the stadium. You have fun though. We have fun out at the stadium. All right. You go out there about 7 o'clock in the morning. The game don't start till 1. You be an 8, got drunk and everything else. By the time the game start, fell asleep in the car, all of that, Shakita Webb, all of that. So go Bills. We have a chance. We have a chance of going to the Super Bowl. So Dominique Tab, 37 years old. I think next time you might want to stay home so that you won't have to rush and try and get out of that traffic and end up potentially winding up in jail. All right. Okay. Yeah. Now this story you may want to pull away because it's a little dark. I came across this story was sent to me. So San Antonio, Texas Police Department released body camera footage of an incident that happened with Jeffrey Shop on December 3rd of this past year. Now, originally, it is my understanding that they tried to say that, well, let me read what the Texas Public Radio is saying. The San Antonio Police Department released a narrated and non-narrated versions of the footage. So footage has been released of what happened. An officer pow-powed at Shop, who he said was holding a pow-pow. The footage appeared to show Shop holding this thing in his right hand as he ran through a drainage ditch to evade the police. The footage began with an interaction between an officer and Shop as Shop walked on the sidewalk along the street. So he was stopped for jaywalking, y'all. He was stopped for jaywalking. And they're saying that he pow-powed himself in the head, which is crazy. The officer told Shop to come over to his vehicle. Shop said no and asked if he was being detained. The officer said he was being detained because Shop allegedly jaywalked across the street. Yeah. The officer went on to say that you are being detained, walk over there. And it's heard in the video. In the video, after Shop attempted to apologize, the officer interrupted him and warned Shop that he would handcuff him if he did not walk over to him. So, it goes on to say, so they're saying that he did it to himself, and the footage is showing something else. Everybody, here we are again. Here we are again. So now you're jaywalking and can become unalived. I really don't even know what to say about this. Is I as far as the cops, y'all, I definitely, the hair stand up on the back of my neck, all of that. You do get a little bit alarmed. I think a lot of our minds have been trained, right, Winston? What real madness, exactly. A lot of our minds have been trained to think that You know, they're supposed to be there to protect and serve, and a lot of them do that. I won't take that away. There's a lot of great cops out there, but it's people in positions and take advantage like this that makes it bad for everybody else. This is what makes it bad for the cops that are doing good, the ones who have sworn to protect and serve. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, everybody. I don't want to, Doogie, thank you so much. Yeah, Winston said an eye for an eye. I don't want to dig too deep into that. It's 2025, and I want to open up the conversations for us to have, everybody, but what I don't want us to do is to pull this with us throughout the day. It's hard enough pulling ourselves throughout the day. We don't want to absorb. We want to acknowledge. We want to learn from it. We want to, if you have the power to do something about it. We all have our separate spaces, and there's going to be a lot of stuff out here that you're going to want to take care of, a lot of stuff. But you really have to pick and choose. I have to pick and choose my battles, and this is definitely, I feel bad for the family, on both sides, because if those cops had families, now your family is affected by your dumb move, right? Now your family is affected. When I was out here being LaQuisha, the chick that want to get out in the streets and fight, I wasn't thinking that my kids can be involved as well. Now I have to think about that. It's much larger than me. Okay, I got grown kids that's coming for their mom, coming with their mom. Okay, you jump, we all jumping, all of us. So I have to think about those things. It's much larger than me. It's much larger than you, Terry. Winston said it's too extreme, too long now, right? Too extreme, y'all. I don't know. Do you think that it's because we still have people in these positions that may have gotten picked on when they were younger, and now that they have these power positions, that what happened is that issue that they had has grown into a sore, it festered into a sore, and now they want to just push hate out on people because they were hurt. Hurt people hurt. And do you think that a lot of times that's the case? It could be, y'all. It could be. I don't know. I do know that we need to do a little bit better. 64 page. We need to do a little bit better. You got to do a little bit better, y'all. So did y'all hear? Let me pull up the story. Let me pull up the story about Jimmy Carter. So Jimmy Carter was actually the first president that I remember, everybody. He was the first president that I remember. I remember when the election happened. I remember going home and telling my mom and telling my parents that, oh, you have to vote for Reagan, because that's what the teacher told us, that we got to vote for Reagan. And now in this big old age that I am, I'm like, oh, I don't think that she was supposed to tell us to go home and tell our parents to vote for Reagan, because you know what Reagan did? Do you know what Reagan did? Y'all, we are going to definitely talk about it next month, y'all. I have some things coming down the chain, coming down the pipeline as far as Black History Month and how I want to approach it, starting with the Reaganomics is real. So did you know that allegedly Berry Gordy and President Jimmy Carter may have been related? Did y'all know that? Hey, Big Mama Viv, I miss you. My hair miss you. Hey, love, grandest to you. Did you know that President Jimmy Carter, so in his 27 book, Ancestors of Jimmy and Rosalind Carter, Carter's son Jeff traced his family roots to legendary producer and Motown Records founder Berry Gordy. This is being reported by the Black Information Network. Their family ties reportedly date back to 1854. So you know this was during slavery, 1854, when James Thomas Gordy, a Georgia plantation owner, had a child with an enslaved woman. Their child was the grandfather of the acclaimed record executive who helped launch the careers of Diana Ross, Smokey Robinson, Michael Jackson, and many more. You know, they're saying that a lot of people in the industry are related. Cardi B and Glorilla are related. Y'all, they are first cousins. Cardi B's dad and Glorilla's dad are brothers. They're brothers. Two different families, but they're related. There's a lot of people, you know, Fantasia and I think it's JoJo and Casey from Jodeci are related. I don't know, the allegations out there that Ice Cube may be a Jackson, for real Jackson, a Jackson, like the Jackson 5 Jackson, y'all. I don't know, Constance. I don't know, y'all. They do say that there are a lot of people related in the industry, and they don't talk about it. Because then, you know, if you talk about it, then you got to stand in their shine, stand in their shadow, and then you feel like, you know, what's coming to you is because of them. Right, Danette? Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, blessed. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But that is it for me today over here on YouTube and Facebook. Y'all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful on purpose. I'm going to play one more song for y'all over here. And this is D My Everything. I love
I'm ashamed by the things we've said. We act like there's no love at all by the games that we both play. Your loving. I need your loving. Yes, I do. Gotta have your loving. Baby, don't put it right. No, you're my everything. I want your loving. Taking trips in the whip all alone, watching TV at the crib without you, feeling like a dog without his bone. Girl, I'm miserable and hurt without you, baby girl, can you feel my pain? I don't really want to live without you, want to give you my last name. I want you. Cutie pie, yeah, you are. You know you're my
This is a Green Links Media production. Thank you for watching. Subscribe now and hit the bell to be reminded when we go live.